greatest joy would be really learning to be a mother. When I was first a mom, it's never occurred to me that, changing diapers, breastfeeding, bathing a child, taking care of it is actually that tough. Because first time mom, right? Yeah. Learning everything in the process gives me a lot of joy. Seeing them grow each day gives me a sense of satisfaction.
My greatest joy is actually to see my children grown up to be fine young men or ladies, and also, of course, education is very important, that they actually graduated and are doing what they want to do.
The one thing that I love most is when I start to breastfeed him. He would look like eye to eye with me. I'm looking at him and he looked back at me. It's such a wonderful moment for us. So maybe he's trying to say, I love you back, Mom. I love that kind of moment.
Seeing the little faces when they were born, it was so amazing for me, to see them being born and they were put in my hands. That was one of the highlights in my life. Every day I have little joys, little rewards that brings joy to my heart. I think seeing my children enjoy a meal that I prepared, or seeing when they are working together or playing together when they were young, it brought me so much joy, and it more than makes up for all the sacrifices that I think as a mom, every mother would have sacrificed a little bit. I think now that they are older, right, what really brings joy and satisfaction to my heart is to see the fine and upstanding young people that they have become.
Like every mom, my greatest joy is, of course, to see them grow, develop into what they are today. My 4 sons, they have all different characters. It's interesting to see them, how they react to different situations, see them how they enjoy certain things while the others don't enjoy it. So that's why it's interesting for me, and to see why things they react differently, and sometimes they give you surprises as well, because it's not like us.
The greatest joy as a mom for me to watching his growing up during the years, his health and also successful life, and about how he's play with the toys, everything for me it was very enjoyable.
The greatest joy as a mom, definitely seeing them growing up, because children, they always surprise you with their creativity and also the ability every day.
Greatest joy is having someone that needs you so much, loves you so much, that they can't live without you. You're their only one. I think that's the greatest joy you ever felt in your life. Now that they are bigger, we can communicate well and they can express more. I think we find a lot of joy in it. I think it's the joy that bring me this far. It's that joy that make me want to be a mother.
Seeing him grow, so it has been very precious moments, with my baby, capturing all these precious milestones. In future, I will be watching them back again because he's growing really fast.
Sometimes when I have the free time or she is on holiday, I will bring her with me to work. So sometimes she will see me how I work or how I coach my teammates, and she's very inspired. She can sit there and listen to what I say to my teammate, or even when I close my sales. So after the whole session, she will say, "Mom, you did a great job. I'm so proud of you." So this is the word that she keep telling me, and this encouragement give me a lot of energy to move on.
I think the most stressful time is actually during the teenage time. You worry about their education, you worry about the friends they are, and what kind of road or life they want to craft for themselves, what kind of path they want, especially when they say they want to go to uni and things like that. So whether the subject matter that they're pursuing, whether it will land them up with a job. And so there's a lot of things that you have to think about.
It was very hard at first, especially when they were like newborn babies. So much uncertainties. That time I still have newborns, and I said, it's so hard to take care of a newborn. I wish I can have older kids like you. And they said, no. Every stage, the challenge is different. I always remember what she said, and now I totally understand. When they were newborns, you spend so much time in taking care of them, feed them. When they're older, you have to spend so much time chasing them. So it's a different challenge in different stage.
But the early years were stressful, and they were even a little bit frightening when they were young, because I didn't really know how to relax as a mother. I think I was very concerned that they had to do well in school. I think now that I'm older, I'm a lot more relaxed. When they were younger, I did put a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself as a mother.
The stress is that sometimes it's a little bit tired, especially after work. We use up our energy. That's the thing that is a little bit challenging for me, but I'm blessed to have my mom to take care of my girls.
One of it is that I don't know what he wants. Like, he cries a lot because I'm a new mom. I have no experience at all. Like, I don't know what to do. And so when he starts to cry, I have to start the trial and error session. So trying to cope with that situation, I have learned that, okay, baby cries not just because they're thirsty, because they want other stuff too.
Daily stresses, I would say there'll be times where you get frustrated, you lose some patience, you get a bit offhand when they do not listen. I think all this, I wouldn't say stress, but more of learning to understand them better each day. Yeah.
I guess the new challenges would be learning to understand what your baby wants. Sometimes I can't understand. I just breastfeed him and then he's crying. Okay, and then I check his diaper, it's okay. So I don't know why he's crying. So I have to understand, maybe he has a bloated stomach, or he wants to play, or maybe he wants to sleep. Sometimes you have to understand what your baby wants and needs.
Like both of my kids, they're already going to primary school. So we as a parent, we feel it's even more hectic timetable to juggle between our timetable and also the children's timetable when they go up to these schooling years. So the stress is always like not enough time to take care of everything.
Okay, nothing else in this world, will let you experience motherhood without going through the spectrum of emotion. I think happiness, stress, achievement, contentment, anxiety, frustration, disappointment, you will go through all this. That's the gist of parenthood. My stress, it will be like every other mom, their education, their character building, and their well-being.
During his grow up, I think when he was as a child, it was very stressful for me that time, because he was very naughty and out of the control sometimes, because I didn't have enough experience as a mom as well to how to control him.
Over the years, I've learned to be a lot more relaxed in my approach as a mother, and I learned that encouragement does wonders. I learned that when I speak patiently and not shout at her, she actually did better. So there were days that I got so irritated and I was scolding her when I was helping her with her studies as well as with the other kids. When I was irritated and irritable and unkind, my children began to shut down and move into their shell, and it did not help them at all. It made them more nervous and more scared. So as a mother, I would help them to find teachers that understood and would always be patient with them.
So it's really hard to juggle between two things, and what we need to do is really to find balance, and I think things will work out. It's a big challenge, yes, but we find a lot of joy and things for us mothers to learn from it too. In everything I do, I just have to tell myself that I can give birth to 2 kids, I can do everything.
So how do I keep on going is that I do a daily gratitude to tell myself that I'm doing great.
I have been a very strict mom, so if given a chance again, I would like to be more lenient. Let them have more freedoms in terms of a decision that they make, even though it may be wrong. I think that should be the process, instead of being such a protective mom and being very strict.
You really have to tell yourself to calm down, do not need to take it so serious, and then sometimes make it more fun, make it more in a humor way to communicate with your child. You'll be very surprising they really are anticipating the joy, the laughter from the parents as well. So it's not just like we always heard children give us the laughter, we actually, as a parent, we should also create that kind of environment with the children.
Mommy wants all of you to just be happy. Yeah, I think it's very, very important to love what you do and to do what you love as well. Nothing else but just to be happy.
I wish always he can keep his smile on the face. Doesn't matter what the life doing or changing or everything. I wish always he can keep his smile. For me, it's something like the miracle about him. Because doesn't matter the situation, he always is make a joke, laugh, and make me smile.
You don't need to be the best, but be the best version of yourself. And go after your dream, no matter how hard or how far is your dream.
Always believe in yourself. Don't ever let anyone discourage what you love most. If you want to do something, just do it. Don't think about what other people think. If you think that is the most the right thing to do, then just do it. Believe in yourself. Don't let anyone, even me or even your dad, discourage what you love most. Just excel. That is what I wanted. I want you just to be happy.
I always tell them that be humble, have a visions for your plan, dare to dream big, and when you have dreams and visions, then you know that something for you to look forward and to work on it. Just plan ahead, look at it, what you actually want, and work towards the goal. And of course, you have to be humble.
No matter what stage you are, you need to be courageous and you need to be genuine with yourself. So I think being genuine, you come from heart, just be yourself, then you will be very comfortable. It's you don't hurt anyone. Just be yourself, be genuine.
Always remember your parents, do good, be a successful person, and always respect others.
I think the most important thing is to love yourself. When you love yourself, you figure the value of yourself and you be confident in doing everything.
Always ask them to choose their wife wisely and don't regret. There are other advice, but I think I always emphasize your life partner, and I think it will affect your life as well. No matter how intelligent you are, how accomplished you are, having a good partner will make your life complete.
That their lives will be blessed lives, that they will have the best life that they can have, So I hope that I've raised them right and that they will make wise choices so that it will help them to live their best life. To live successfully is not always about having the best career. And I hope they have a good career, but I hope that they have the best life, that every area of their life is satisfying to them. Every mother's hope is to see their children marry well, especially at my age now that my children are of marrying age. I hope that they will have good spouses and also have raise good families, to raise families that will satisfy them.